Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the release of some new content in GTA Online on Tuesday, December 19th, including the release of at least one new vehicle as well. It might have only been last week that the Doomsday Heist update was released in the game, but there's already another bundle of content on its way and releasing tomorrow. So as Rockstar confirmed on the newswire last week, from tomorrow, the Festive Surprise 2017 update will be available in GTA Online. But a quick reminder, this will not be a downloadable update, as the update itself is already in-game. All Rockstar needs to do is activate it, and the content will be available in-game. And this should be available around the same time as always, which here in the UK is 10 AM, that's 5 AM Central and 2 AM Pacific time. But if you guys live outside of any of those time zones and you really don't know when the usual time is, just go ahead and Google the difference. Now this Festive Surprise update will release all of the Christmas content in-game, including all of the past year's Christmas content, so all the clothing items, the outfits, the masks, the custom shop Christmas horns, the firework launcher and ammo, and of course the Christmas trees in our properties and the main one in Legion Square. But there will also be a range of new Christmas items as well this year. These were found in the Doomsday Heist update files, including several new masks, loads of new outfits, and some new Christmas liveries, which will be available to fit to most weaponized vehicles and aircrafts in-game. And not just the Doomsday Heist vehicles either, also some of the ones from Smuggler's Run and from Gunrunning. And it's worth noting that all this Christmas content will be available for free. However, the content itself will not remain permanently in-game. Usually the Christmas special event only lasts 2 weeks, and after it ends, all the Christmas content will be removed from the game, both to purchase and from your inventory. As for the snow, this most likely won't begin tomorrow when the special event begins. In past years, it only snows for a few select days, with last year's snowfall starting on December 22nd, lasting through until December 26th, then it returned again for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I'd expect a very similar pattern this year round, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, as this hasn't been announced yet. Either way, on top of the release of the Festive Surprise update tomorrow, there's also a good chance at least one new vehicle will also be released tomorrow, with the possibility of a second being released later on in the week. Now, in case you guys didn't know already, there are 13 hidden and unreleased vehicles from the Doomsday Heist updates, these of which will of course be released week by week during the special events as drip-fed content. Now, although with the last 2 updates, we haven't seen a new vehicle released the week after the initial update, usually a week or 2 have gone by before Rockstar start releasing the first drip-fed vehicle into the game, but for a number of different reasons, it is likely things will be a little different this time round, and like I said, with the chance of receiving not just 1, but as many as 2 vehicles this week. This time last year, when the Festive Surprise content was released, we received 2 vehicles during the same week, one on the Tuesday, when the day of the special event began, and another then later in the week on the Thursday, which I think was the day when it began snowing. However, personally, I think it's more likely that this year we'll receive just 1 this week, but receiving a second later on this week is a possibility, so do bear that in mind. Anyway, so as for the new vehicle then, which we may receive tomorrow, although we don't have an official release order as of yet, and we can't say exactly which vehicles will be released and when, what we do know is the order of release from the 2 different websites the cars are listed on, the Legendary Motorsports website and the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website. And although, like I said, we still don't know which vehicle Rockstar will choose, there are only 2 possibilities from the 13 unreleased vehicles. And here is how it works. So as you guys can see from this screenshot being displayed right now in the video of the Legendary Motorsports website, as shared by Foxy Snaps, you can see the 9 different vehicles listed on the Legendary Motorsports website. Now, in the terms of their release order, it starts from the bottom, the very first vehicle at the bottom being the overflawed Autark in this image. So this then is the first vehicle which is lined up to be released from the Legendary Motorsports website, and of course then will make its way all the way through the vehicles, with the final one being the Fister Comet SR. But yes, with the overflawed Autark being listed first, this is the first one then lined up for release, and of course is one of the possibilities for tomorrow. And in fairness, it is a pretty cool looking car. I can see this being popular, and it's the first ever new overflood in an update. In fact, the only other overflood we have in game is the Entity XF. Moving on though to the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website though, the first car listed on here is the Sentinel Classic. So these are the two choices then for tomorrow. Personally, as nice as the Overflood Autark is, I'd like to see the Sentinel Classic, as I'm sure many of you guys would do too, but it really is 50-50. Like I said, we can't say for sure exactly which one Rockstar will choose to release tomorrow, if one is even released tomorrow. I do want to make it very clear, it's not a guarantee that we will receive a new car tomorrow, but it is very likely. And if one is, and Rockstar does plan to release a second later on in the week, either on the Thursday or Friday like last year, on top of these two choices, depending on which one Rockstar release tomorrow, they could also choose between the Anis Sylvester from the Legendary Motorsports website, or the Benefactor Streiter from the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website, if of course they release one of the vehicles listed before them tomorrow. But like I said, I'm not so sure we will receive a second, simply because it looks like this update will need to last us all the way until the end of March, right up to the release of Red Dead Redemption 2. But there's also the possibility of receiving a new adversary mode tomorrow as well. Rockstar didn't release any new ones in the Doomsday Heist update, but there are 4 hidden and unreleased modes in the update files, those being Hardest Target, Slashers, Occupy, and Air Quota, as discovered by Tez Funds 2. But then again, the name of these 4 modes don't exactly sound as if they fit into the Christmas theme, so I'm not so sure about these either. There's one final thing though, it looks like Rockstar might be doing over the next week or so, leading up to Christmas. Since Friday, every day so far, they've been offering gifts in-game. Simply by logging into the game, you receive yourself exclusive clothing items, free ammo, weapons, snacks, body armor, and stuff like that, each day, like I said, just by logging in. And there are several other gifts that have been found in the update files for items which haven't been announced or handed out yet. So it's very possible that just like over the past few days, every day this week leading up to Christmas on Monday, receive free gifts in-game just by loading up into GTA Online each day. And of course, don't forget on Christmas Day itself, there are also several Christmas gifts to be received as well, which I did talk about in a video the other day, but simply by logging into GTA Online on Christmas Day, you'll receive several items including an exclusive Christmas mask, a free orbital strike, a free purchase of the Hermes, one of the other unreleased vehicles from the Doomsday Heist update, and some other basic items like weapons, ammo, snacks, and so on. This is all something I'm sure Rockstar will announce tomorrow once the Festive Surprise update is officially out, and hopefully they'll also announce when the snow days are as well in GTA Online, if it doesn't already start snowing in-game tomorrow, that is. But I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one also. Anyway, so with that being said then guys, that's pretty much it then for today's video. Which new car would you guys like to see tomorrow, either the Autark or the Sentinel Classic? So let me know right now by leaving a comment on this video. I will of course be live streaming tomorrow morning as soon as the Festive Surprise update is out, so definitely be sure to tune into that as well, as I'll be going through all the content available in this year's Christmas update. But if you guys could drop a like on this video, it will of course be greatly appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.